Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andy Dave here with the weather, and it looks like a significant wind event will be setting up across the the southern plains over the next few hours, and already it's starting as strong winds are sweeping down from Colorado into New Mexico, western Panhandle of Texas, and Oklahoma, and even Kansas. But as time progresses, the winds will be. This is wind gusts, by the way. Winds will be gusting from 76 miles per hour, as they are right now, to gusts past 80 miles per hour by about 4 to 6 a.m. Just look at this here. 82 miles an hour here. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour here. I mean, look at this. Just look at these wind gusts here. It's just incredible. I mean, these are not sustained. These are gusts, but still, obviously, very, very strong gusts. Look at these wind gusts, 85 miles per hour. These winds are unheard of. And then let's look at the ocean right now. I mean, there's a monster storm just south of Greenland, Eastern Canada. I mean, a monster storm. Look at the winds here, up to 110 miles per hour. I mean, this is looking now. And this is looking right now. Look at these wind gusts. I'm not even kidding you. 110 miles per hour gusts. I mean, this is quite a storm here. And these are, let's look at the sustained winds. Sustained winds of 70 miles an hour. My goodness, this is one heck of a storm. And this is a global, this is showing everywhere. So this is Invest 94B here. Of course, it's a very weak disturbance just east of Sri Lanka and west of Indonesia. And here you have Tropical Cyclone Owen, which I believe is a weak tropical cyclone. This is already located here. Let's look at wind gusts. Yep. Pretty powerful little cyclone there. And of course, there's numerous storms. In fact, there's one just southeast of Alaska and Canada. But this one really takes the cake. But of course, we're still having our own good little windstorm here. But this is going to continue all the way through tomorrow afternoon. But not only is it going to come through with very strong winds, there's also going to be a pretty significant snow event in central Texas tomorrow. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. Some of the models are hinting at several dozen inches of snow, several inches of, like up to 10 to 15 inches. I mean, I kid you not. This is going to be a pretty big snow event for central Texas, especially as the low gets cranking. There's going to be a lot of dynamic cooling, and that dynamic and that evaporational and cooling is going to lead to some pretty heavy snows. Most of this here will be snow actually, because of dynamic cooling, evaporational cooling, So let's look at total snowfall accumulation. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Some areas in Texas could pick up potentially as much as a foot of snow. I mean, looking at the SREF plumes right now, let's look at snowfall probability. I mean, even though 8+ inches is very unlikely, there is a slight chance of that here. And the NAM is the most rambunctious of the models that shows us that snow. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. You just think, oh, it's a little bit of snow here. But then when you look at the snowfall accumulation, boom. But of course, I think the best one to use is Kuhera. And then looking at surface temperatures, that's what's really going to determine the ratio of the snow. In fact, it's going to be 32 degrees at hour 36. Around hour 36, heavy snow. Yep. And that's when some of the heaviest snow is going to fall. Just boom. I mean, of course, it's probably not going to be that much, but it's still exciting. I mean, and the NAMNES is usually more accurate when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, and I thought that model was overdoing it. So let me look at that. Still, really rambunctious. And the GFS, even the GFS is pretty boisterous too with the snowfall. I mean, look at this. Actually, no, the GFS is actually more conservative with the snow. But I was expecting the GFS would follow that same pattern. Looks like not, so that's better. And let's look at the GFS FE3. This one might be a little bit more accurate. And wow, looks like this model is also showing a pretty good snow event for Texas. So there's definitely going to be high wind warnings in effect for this area. Maybe some winter weather advisories there. Let's go to weather.gov. See what warnings and advisories in effect for that area. Widespread high wind warnings. Not a surprise given how strong the wind's going to be. High wind red flag warnings here because there's no precipitation reaching here. Just tons of strong winds. Look at this. Yeah, there's going to be some precip in southern Texas, but following on the heels of that will just be strong winds and very little precip, setting the stage for high fire danger. And look at this. Look at the temperatures here. In the 80s, and mind you, with very little precip. So yeah, definitely high fire danger with this. Okay, let's see the snowfall. Up the next 10 days. Looks like not much, but temperatures are going to be really tumbling. Well, can't really be saying much about for the Northeast, but very significant windstorm and even a potential snowstorm developing in Texas. So severe weather is definitely possible. As we're going to be looking at the NAMNES now, possible severe weather event. Simulated reflectivity, I think, is the best thing to use. Possible severe weather event. There's a possibility of some severe weather, especially later this morning in Houston. There could be some severe weather in Houston and eastern Texas, and even in Louisiana. I mean, look at that. Supercell composites. There could be some tornadic activity in Louisiana tomorrow. And wow, look at that. Definitely severe weather is possible. So let's look at the Storm Prediction Center. I think they put a slight risk. I haven't really checked, but I believe a slight risk has been issued. That's a surprise. A general thunderstorm risk, even though there is clear indication that there could be some rotation. I think that's right now is. Let's look right now the convective outlook. Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Slight wind, hail, and then tornado. Of course, the high risk is actually because of hail, as you can see right here. So they're showing a slight risk for hail, apparently. That's for tornado, and wind. This is where the hail risk is going to be highest. You know why there's going to be such a high risk of hail here? Here's why. These are where the hailers are going to come through. As the upper level low wraps up, it's going to come through with cold air aloft. And it's not these storms that are going to be the hailers. These are the ones right here that are going to be the hailers. You see these right here? That are going to be coming through the main upper level low feature. That's going to be the hails for tomorrow. It's going to be with these line of storms. But the thing is, when you look at the precipitation type around that time, hour about 24, you're going to be starting to get cold air aloft. And this is where you're going to have hail. And also tornado danger too. So let's look at convective precip, convective updraft helicity swaths. Right here. See a bunch of little updraft helicity stuff. This is where you can have some mini low top supercells here producing hail and possible tornadoes. So severe weather, snow, damaging winds, rain, everything is in the mix with this. This is a multifaceted storm with many types of dangerous weather conditions. So this is San Diego Dave with the weather. And don't forget to like and subscribe my video. So just when you go to my YouTube page, just go here, just go to YouTube. Just go to my channel. Of course, so when you go to my channel, just click here. Okay, maybe I'm just gonna sign out. Yeah, so I could show you how to basically do it. Just for a gentle reminder, just click the subscribe button, and as soon as you hit the subscribe button, there'll be a little notification bell that'll pop up there, you know. But you probably know already, since you know that's been a feature on YouTube that's been around for a couple years. I mean, for about a year now, a couple of years. And as I mentioned, there's a possible snowstorm for next week. Can't really forget about that. And that snowstorm, what I was talking about last night, is this threat right here. It's gonna be Monday, but at the time I made the video, this is what I was talking about. There was a potential threat of a snowstorm in the Northeast. And they're continuing to show this threat all the way through about the 18Z run. Wow, this one was really something. This one had it really close to New York City now. Look at this. That'll be awesome if that happened. Hour 123. That'll be perfect. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.